everybody. It is Deanna with Stitches Quilting, and today we are working on the Well Live Strong Quilt, which is right here behind me, and we are working on the content block. We are halfway through this quilt sew along, although you can start anytime you want with the quilt pattern. All you do is you purchase the quilt pattern at Stitches Quilting. And then what I do is I put my quilt pattern in a binder. You can get it as a downloadable PDF, whatever you like. But after we do all of the different weeks, I actually make worksheets for you guys. So this is our worksheets for today's quilt block. Hello, everybody. Hi. How is everybody doing? We had a little downpour of rain today, but it's actually really pretty outside right now. But this week we were talking about being genuine in life. And so the quilt blocks that we've had so far have been fuel, leisure, mindfulness, positivity, and all sorts of other things. But this week we're going to talk about being genuine. And I think sometimes in our day and age, sometimes it's hard to come across people that are genuine. Our quilt block actually looks like this. It's very simple. So you've got a very simple block to make this week. And it's just a square that is on point. And I want to show you how to make this block and then how to square it up afterwards at the 8.5 inches square. So these are the worksheets, though. I wanted to show you this. There's actually 4 worksheets for today's quilt block. The worksheets are for you to work through the genuine topic. And then what we're doing there. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Liz. Hi, Robin. It's so good to see everybody. But what I did here on this week's worksheets is I think it's important to figure out what our values are. And when we figure out what our values are, then we can figure out what we need to be genuine about, right? So I created a values worksheet, and there's a whole list of lots and lots of values to figure out. And I want you to just go in there and circle what values you relate to. If there are values that aren't on this worksheet, hi, Carolyn. And let me know that you're here, because it's so good when you know that you're here, that I'm here. I can see that you're here and that you're on live with us. And then that way, we do have a giveaway. This time, we're going to be giving away some of this solid lipstick fat quarter. But if you can figure out what your values are, everybody has a different aspect of genuineness according to who they are and what their personality is. So, and that has to do with what your values are in life. And so you're going to go ahead and circle the values that are important to you. You're going to put the ones that you circle into 6 different categories. And then I want you to circle a word in each of the categories that kind of define it. And that'll help you to figure out what your values are then that you will be genuine about. Hi, Simone from Germany. So, for example, we don't want to be so truthful and honest that we are actually offensive, because being offensive isn't really super cool being genuine, right? Because we want to be approachable and we want to be warm and all of those kinds of things. Yes, Robin, it's so important to know what our values are in order to know how we as an individual and as a person is going to be genuine. So it is all based on our values, and we want to be genuine and true to ourselves. And that's the most important part. So it's really important to go through that. Let me see if there was any other thoughts here that I have different examples of being genuine, being approachable, listening to someone. I know sometimes I'll listen to one of my kids, but I'll be sitting there on my phone doing something while I'm doing that, or I'll be on my laptop or my computer doing something and I'm listening to them. So a goal for me this week is to genuinely listen to someone without distractions, okay? So that's going to be one of my goals. But to smile authentically and to make people feel comfortable with you, but genuinely comfortable with you, because they can feel from your soul who you are. And when you can feel that kind of warmth from people, it sure makes people feel good. So does anybody have any ideas about being genuine or different ways to be genuine? I think being true to our value set, being truthful, being honest, validating people, removing distractions, accepting other people for who they are, It's being authentic, real, and actual. So often in our day and age now, we feel like we kind of have to put on a fake face, whether it's for social media or whether it might be for anyone else that we might know. We definitely, as women, sometimes feel like we can't be who we need to be, but we need to feel comfortable in our own skin and feel confident with that. So there's just some great little things in these worksheets. So let me put this away. This is such an easy block, you guys. It really is just a square on point. And I put a square here because a square is just a square. And it's kind of genuine. It's equal on all sides. And it's set in point because it's framed out with these 4 triangles on the 4 edges. And I just thought that this was the perfect kind of block for a genuine block, and to kind of talk about this topic and to represent this topic. So let's go ahead and get on how to stitch this together. So for the sample that we have, that's way up there in the corner, the genuine block is actually made out of the lipstick fabric and the sunshine yellow. So those are the 2 fabrics that are in my original colorway. But you can, of course, there are other colorways to do this quilt. And I'm sewing as fast as I can. Although last week, let me go ahead and show you. Just if you haven't seen it, there's lots of different colorways to do this. There's like a 2-color black and white, a 4-color, a 5-color. There's lots of different colors, but I cannot wait to do the colorway of this quilt with the negative space. So it's really going to be a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun at the quilt show last week that was here in our community, and it was so nice to be able to support that community and the things that were going on. But I do have to say that it was really pretty exhausting, and it was a lot of work because I was emceeing 2 all day long events. So, but here I have my design board. So let's go ahead and set up the design board. And really, it's just a square on point. So you can see that I've got the square kind of going on point in a diagonal setting on the design board. We're just going to add these 4 triangles to the edges. When I add the triangles, I add them in such a way that I'm adding them opposite to each other. I just feel like it kind of frames it out a little bit easier, and I have an easier time stitching them together. What has it been like for you guys, where you guys are, and with everything that you're doing? I'm so curious. Are you guys getting spring weather? I'm grateful for the rain, so we don't have so many fires. Are you guys, like Liz, are you guys having any more flooding where you are? Hi, Colleen. It's so good to see you. It really is. But are you having any fires there? Or flooding? I'm sorry, not flooding, not fires, flooding, with too much rain and things like that. So we're going to just stitch this together like this. So let's go to the overhead camera. And Matt, I might not be able to see the Facebook comments. I'm not sure, but I'm only seeing the YouTube comments. I don't know if you can throw up another screen that shows the Facebook comments. And you go ahead and take care of that. And so let's go ahead and get stitching on this. And so what I'm going to do, we can do the overhead camera. And so what we're going to do on the overhead camera is I'm going to show you how to go ahead and do this block right here. And we have this square right here. I am going to actually finger press, or you could press it a little harder. I should clean off my design board. I'm not sure where my lint ruler is. So if we go ahead and take this square right here and have a little press, we'll know exactly where the center of the square is to know where the points of this triangle should go. So I'm anxious to get caught up with work. It takes a lot of work to do a show and to pack everything up, to get there, then to come back, unpack everything, correct inventory, and everything else. So you can see here that I'm just matching this up so it matches according to the point on this square. So I'm having the point of the triangle be down the center of the square. So let's go ahead and put another triangle in here. And that we don't have to have the comments on both, but if I can just see Facebook comments, you can just have one side be Facebook. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Or maybe, I don't know how to do that. Because they updated some things. Okay, so if we go ahead and go over to the sewing machine now, then I can go ahead and show you guys how to stitch this. So I've got this, and I'm using a 1/4 inch seam. Once again, I'm just using white thread. I just go simple on my quilting of my blocks. Sometimes I use gray, sometimes I use different fabrics, but I don't know, for some reason with this quilt with all the bright colors, I love using the white thread. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stitch on the 1/4 inch seam right here, and you can see it on this back side. Wow, I didn't line that up real well, did I? That's pretty funny. Okay, let's see if I can do a better job over here. That's pretty funny. Now remember, these triangles are on the bias, so it is easy for them to shift like that. So in some ways, I really could show additional, put additional pins in there, because this is a pretty big triangle, and it is easy for it to shift. So, and I also made the measurement for the pattern of these triangles just slightly larger than you needed, because I wanted you guys to be able to square it down. So let's go ahead and bring this up. Let's see, I did a better job on that side right there. So let's go ahead and bring this over, and I will press it on the overhead camera. Let me find my pressing mat. Oh, here it is right here. So let's put this right here and take out the pins. I don't need to melt anything more. Boy, you guys, I have a really big ruler where we cut some of the kits and stuff like that. And we melted into the edge of the ruler. And I was cutting along, and this melted lump was coming out the side. Totally ruined my ruler. Okay. So hi to Linda. Hi, Jamie. I didn't see all of the Facebook comments, so it's so great to see all of your comments. Louise is having spring weather. Robin, I can see you're here on Instagram, and I can see everybody on YouTube and everywhere. Flood warnings for you guys in Michigan. Oh boy, I am so sorry. I hope that you guys stay safe with flood warnings and everything else. I'm grateful for the moisture in the water, but we also don't want it to get, to where the point where it's flooding. Okay, once again, I'm going to press this in half. So I'm going to take this right over, just so I have that kind of the line of where the center of this block is. So I'm going to just do a light press on there, nothing too crazy, so I can see where to put that. How else, can you believe we are on block 13 of this quilt? I just can't believe how fast it's gone. So it's been really fun to be doing this with everybody. And I had a lot of fun sharing the Live Well, Live Strong Quilt with everybody at the quilt show, and all the different things there. So that was a lot of fun. We just had a great time. So it's good to kind of, but it's always nice to be back home and all of that. I do have to travel again this month to Quilt Market. So Corey and I are going to attend Quilt Market together. So now I'm going to go ahead and seam this right along here. So for just some reason, I like to do my triangles opposite each other and then go ahead and stitch these on that way. So let's go ahead and bring this back over to the sewing machine. And you guys, this block is almost going to be done. So tell me more things. Hi, Nina. You know what I am going to do, though, is I am going to try to call everybody, as many people as I possibly can, that has purchased the Live Well, Live Strong pattern, and find out if they got their pattern downloaded okay, if they need any help finding the worksheets, if you guys need me to email you directly. I just kind of want to do a check-in with people and just see how they're doing with their pattern. Like, I just don't want I'd like to learn some of the pain points of the pattern. So for example, if it was hard to download and print off, I want to know about that, so that then maybe we just mail everybody a copy or whatever that might be. So I want to try to learn different things. So you guys might get a phone call from me this week. I really want to spend some time. I actually got a customer service phone call, and I thought that they were gonna, let's go to the overhead camera again. I thought that it was going to be a sales pitch, and it was for like this little barcode that I purchased for a product, and then it ended up not being a sales pitch at all. They just wanted to know that I got it downloaded and all that kind of stuff, and I was just like, wow, it was so nice to feel someone genuinely calling me back for customer service. Isn't that so funny? So it just, I don't know, it kind of caught me off guard to see somebody calling for something that was genuinely just customer service, that they weren't trying to upsell me. So I want to kind of do that to you guys, if you don't mind me chattering with you for a moment. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to square this down to 8.5 inches. So I am going to take this, and I've got it measured out on my my mat for 8.5 inches. And I want to now go ahead and go around and make sure, because once again, I tried to do this in this pattern because triangles can be, so Robin's talking about the geometry of quilting. And yes, it always, there is geometry to quilting, and I think it's a lot of fun. But I with triangles, there is a bias to fabric, and I really want you guys to feel successful and feel like you got just a beautiful quilt block by being able to square it up properly. So this quilt block is just slightly bigger than 8.5 inches, but I want you guys to be able to take this and then line it up so that it's 8.5 inches square. I think I'm going to have to change that blade. And what was so funny about that is Elise and I, we had just changed the blade to that rotary cutter, and it's going to be interesting to see if I have to change the blade again for that. So you can see here how I am just laying this down, and I'm just slightly squaring up this this block. And I tried to have some of these setting triangles be slightly larger in the blocks, because I wanted you to have that room and space to be able to easily square these blocks up, especially when you're building blocks upon blocks and working with it like that. Okay, so let's go ahead. There's all those pieces. So you can see both of these blocks look pretty precise. I think they look beautiful. So let's go ahead and go on the main camera. And I want to be able to chat with you guys and let me know that you guys are here. We do have the fat quarters to go and to do, but this is a really fast block. Next week it's going to be even faster because it's the routine block, which is just 6 little squares in 2 rows. And but I think having a routine is like having a scaffolding that helps us execute our health and wellness as women. So I think it's really important. So this is the Genuine Quilt Block. So I hope you don't mind. I hope I'm lucky enough to be able to talk to you guys. I'm going to try to make some of those phone calls this week and the next week. There's a couple ladies I might not have your phone numbers on. So let me go ahead and look at some of the comments here. So Mary, so you can purchase the card, so you can maybe purchase the pattern this week. So yes, just see if you can or you can't. Whatever you guys can do, I want you guys to be able to do. Oh, Liz loves to hear real voices. Liz and I have had a lot of fun. We get to talk to each other quite often on the phone. Liz and I call each other, and so every so often, if you guys ever want to call me, just go right ahead. It's really fun. I do have a raspy voice, and I think it's because of all the talking I had to do from the emceeing at that quilt show. They had me also kind of be like almost like the quilt mascot. The quilt show mascot, where I would go out in my cowboy outfit and greet everybody in the long line before they open the show doors and help them get pictures taken and things like that. It was really quite a hoot, but I do kind of have a bad voice at this moment. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully next week it'll be healed up. Just too much talking and visiting, right? So nice weather there. You shared the video. Thank you for sharing the video on Facebook. You guys are so sweet to just make all the comments and have input. So I think it's really wonderful when we feel the genuineness from other people's souls. And it also makes us feel happier and more at peace and more content and more satisfied in life when we can feel like we are genuine people, and when we don't feel like we have to please others, and that we can just be who we are and be the way that we need to be. So I think it's important to do. Robin, did you say you love my hat from the quilt show? I was using Corey's cowboy hat that is a replica, or maybe the same brand as Kenny Chesney that used that for a while before. So anyways, but I cannot wait to see your blocks this week. I am definitely going to be more present at commenting and being everything else. Last week was just way too busy. So I'm anxious. We have to just kind of correct some inventory of things that we sold at the show and then make sure things are accurate in inventory, which is fine. I have access to purchase more things. It's just nice to get my inventory in my store looking good. So anyways, well, let me know what else you guys are doing. Colleen only has one big block to do, and then she's going to be done with her quilt top. I am so excited for you, and I've seen some of the quilt tops that you guys have made so far, and they are absolutely beautiful. Sandra, this really is a really wonderful quilt to do. She was asking about it. It is a fun quilt, and I love working on the different topics of health and wellness. But the pattern is the only thing that people have to purchase is the pattern, and it's $29 on my website, and it is like about 26 pages. So if you want to, I can ship you a copy of your pattern, or you can just download it as a PDF. So you just let me know. And then everything else with this quilt is free, because that's how I like to have things be. I like the worksheets to be free. I like people to be able to use up their scrap fabrics if they want to. But the pattern is the only thing that you purchase. And that way you have the accurate dimensions of the blocks to do. But all of the worksheets are free. And we have got 13 sets of worksheets so far. So I think it's really a lot of fun. I have grown so much making this quilt and actually working on them. So, okay. And Donna, I love the setup too, where we've got the 3 cameras and everything. So it's been a lot of fun. We've had a good time with everything going on too. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I hope you guys enjoy the, let's do the giveaway. Is that what Matt's standing up like, hey, you didn't do the giveaway. So Matt is awesome, isn't he? Okay, so let me get my little Post-it note card. And let's see, Matt, can I use the mouse maybe? And then that way I can see the comments a little better. And I need someone to comment on Instagram. We've got a couple thumbs up, so that's good. So we can go ahead and have Robin win on Instagram. So let's go ahead and do that. So IG is Robin, because that's the comments that I can see at this moment in time. And then we have got, and you guys are going to get a fat quarter of this lipstick fabric. So it's just a really pretty lipsticky pinkish color that would be a pretty color to wear, I think. So let's see here. And you guys, happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day is this Sunday. And we'll see what I have going on, but hopefully I can do some more things. But let's go ahead and do a couple more things here. So I saw that we've got Jamie Ferris. Let's go ahead and put you down for Facebook. So Jamie Ferris, let's have you win a fat quarter from Facebook. I'm going to write down that this is Facebook. Let's see here. We've got Mary Kennedy Hentz. Let's go ahead and do that one, Mary Kennedy Hentz. And you guys, we just saw that I didn't hand the winner sheets to Elise that ships everything out. So, and last week was crazy with the everything that was going on with the quilt show. It was absolutely exhausting. Oh, Luke had a great time when he went to the movie. They saw the Penguin movie that just came out. It's a Disney Penguin movie. So he had a really great time. So Louise, why don't we go ahead and have you win one of the lipstick fat quarters? That's so sweet of you. So I want to get your whole name down so I don't go ahead. That's kind of you to follow up with that. So we really had fun. And then baby Ellie's been a lot of fun this last week too. She's gotten more head control. It's going to be fun to have Mother's Day, and I really wish all of you guys a beautiful, beautiful Mother's Day too. Oh, and one other thing that I'm working on is I'm trying to make the quilt labels for the back of the quilt. I washed mine and mine was not very color fast. So I am testing that. But I do want to get those out to you guys, but I do want to make sure that they're really good. So let's go ahead and have Colleen Holt win on YouTube, along with, let's see who we've got here. We've got Jamie Skelton. So Jamie Skelton on YouTube. And let's get one other person. And Liz, we've got a package of several things to mail to you, which should be a lot of fun. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the names on the list over here where I can see the comments. And why don't we go ahead and I want everybody to win. Let's go ahead and try Vicky Lamar. Let's see here, Vicky Lemire. Vicky Lemire. And if you can email me at Deanna@stitchesquilting.com. And let's see here, let me make sure I have your name spelled right. And let's go ahead and do one last person. Let's do Liz Boyce, because I have to mail her something anyways, right? We might as well just throw another fat quarter in there. So, okay, well, very fun, you guys. I hope that you guys have a really good week. I think it's good to think about being genuine in life, of being honest, but not hurting people's feelings to the point that we're that honest, right? We can have maybe a suggestion for our spouse instead of a complaint or things like that, right? So we can be kind in our honesty. We don't have to share everything, but all of that has to go with your values. So remember to download the worksheets. I will email those of you guys that are on my email list. I will email you a direct link to the worksheet, but remember to go back and to do the values worksheets and to go through the content worksheets with just some different thoughts and to challenge yourself with some different things there. But remember, it's not about just being so genuine that we're going to tell people whatever's on our mind. There's always nice ways to go about things and be consistent with our values and not be unkind, right? So, but being genuine, and part of genuine is getting maybe some negative people that need some boundaries in your life and surrounding yourself with the positive, uplifting people that can help you be the best person that you can be. So, okay, so let me just see. I've got one other person. I've got, we've got some people here on Instagram. So SGASPER4, we'll go ahead and have her win on Instagram because we've got some more people doing some comments. So SGA Jasper, okay, 4. So I'll put that down for Elise. And so send me all of your information. If you need to, you can email me. You can do it through, yes, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful moms that might be out there. And if you aren't a mom, you are a mom and a sister to me and to so many other people. And that influence is there. And we're there to have that influence with each other. And I appreciate all of you and the beautiful influence that you are in my life. So anyways, Colleen, she had a retirement party and she said that she was honest to a fault. That is too funny. So, all right, guys. Well, I'll see you a little bit later. I'm going to sign off. We'll be back with the routine block next week, but hopefully we'll have a surprise video this week with some other extra fun things. So we just got to get our inventory done and a few other things, and then hopefully I'll be back on again live soon. So love you guys. Have fun. Live well. Live strong, everybody's. And we will see you a little bit later. Thanks so much. Bye.